In a deft economic move, which can only be ascribed to a master strategist, Governor Obiano'S showed he understood that in a recession, the direct injection of funds into the system would impact positively on the citizenry. As part of his economic stimulus package to Anambra, he made the following pronouncement.
I'm happy to announce to you that I have come up with a stimulus package that will ease the pain of the recession and help our dear state bounce back to prosperity. 1. We should provide the sum of 3.6 billion naira to fund our ongoing 20 million Choose Your Project community program in all the 179 communities in Anambra State. Each community has been allocated 20 million to spend on their most pressing concern. The projects will also be executed by the community and strictly supervised by the State Standards Board and the community members in line with best practice.
In this light, the state government set aside the sum of 3.6 billion naira to fund the first phase of the 20 million naira Choose Your Project Community Development Program. Obiano'S intervention by injecting 20 million naira into each community in the Infrastructure for Job project was a masterstroke and has created the desired effect, as it was designed to impact directly on the lives of the people at the community level by ensuring that the 179 communities in the state feel the impact of the government. Due to the large population and its capacity to generate income, Obosi and Onitsha were carved into two. Therefore, all 181 communities in the state chose a project dear to them.
The origin of this project is an innovative way of developing the grassroots. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, came up with the idea when Nigeria went into recession, and we brainstormed on how to find ways to make things better for the citizens of Anambra State. If we pump money into all the 181 communities in Anambra State by way of letting the indigenes choose a project, then bring a contractor to execute that project using local materials and local labor, that will go a long way to reflect the economy of that particular town.
To ensure that all projects meet engineering principles and were built to specification, projects were designed by the state-designated consultants who ensured that each community project stayed within cost.
The Igwe and the PG and other major stakeholders of the town has to sign the letter to prove that it is actually the community that has made that choice. They are not supposed to produce any design. It's just to say, oh, we need a town hall. When we get there, we take their brief. Then we put down all these things and then come back to the office and then do what we call preliminary designs. Those preliminary designs, we take into consideration all that they have requested. And when we take it into consideration, we now start costing them and see whether it can fall within the cost limit of 20 million. So we do what is called designing to a cost.
And before any contractor goes to site, he will inform us. Even we are involved in the setting out. And at every line mark, we are there to supervise what the contractors are doing from time to time. We encourage all the contractors to, at least, we know all of them are not engineers, but they were able to bring in engineers or experienced builders to sites. And when we come in, we key in on that in order to ensure that the project is properly executed.
In Anambra South, 70 projects were chosen by the various communities. The construction of modern town halls and civic centers of various sizes were chosen by 21 communities. To engage the youth, 2 communities chose to build skills acquisition centers. For a more conducive marketing atmosphere, 18 communities chose to build open market stalls and lock-up shops. Inclusive in the lot are administrative offices, modern toilets and boreholes to provide clean potable water. Otto opted for and constructed a shopping plaza. 24 communities chose to build health centers with doctors and nurses' quarters. Also, as part of the package, boreholes were sunk for adequate water supply, while some included mortuaries in the lot. For additional educational facilities in community schools, 5 communities opted for classroom blocks and a dormitory. Asia and Apple decided that the construction of drainages and covers in their communities were best needed. Osumowu renovated the magistrate's court, police station, and the DPO's office. Ufuma chose the construction of pavilion and fencing projects in their communities. Abudu opted for the construction of a cassava mill, podium, and the extension of their town hall. Abu opted for the construction of an administrative block and a fish farm. In Anambra Senatorial Zone, 59 projects were chosen, and these included community town halls, civic center, some with galleries, and the secretariat building were built in 22 communities. Nine communities chose health-related projects like the construction of Cottage Hospital, Orthopedic Hospital, Mini Health Center and Operation Theaters, and quarters for doctors and nurses. 9 communities built open market stalls with the inclusion of modern toilet facilities, administrative blocks, and water boreholes.
Ndị Mgbakwu dị very very happy. Nke kacha na ụmụnne anyị, ụmụ agadi nwanyị bụ ihe ka ha kachacha mkpa. Fabatacha na-azụ ahịa, o nwere onye anwụ na-acha, o nwere onye mmiri na-ama, mmiri na-ezo, onye ọnọdụ na shop ya. Obi adị ya mma, o nwere ezi nsogbu ọbụla.
In Agolo, their immediate need was to build an ultra-modern abattoir with a borehole.
Many years ago, we are requesting for this abattoir. God so kind is this new governor, Obiano', he's just aside this thing for us, bring one for Agolo. Because here it will benefit many people around many towns near the Agolo. Go benefit on it. Every morning they will go come here buy meat.
And Akweze opted for 745 meters of drainage and covers. The same with Adazin Nuku. Isiagu built a community bank and cottage hospital, and Idani shows a mini civic center and an electrification project. 5 communities chose to either build new classroom blocks, libraries in schools, or skill acquisition centers. 3 modern amphitheaters were built in 3 communities. A park was upgraded with a new entrance gate. Ubene community chose the building of the police station as their project. Anambra North has 105 completed projects in 50 communities. The unique aspect is that most of the communities were able to do more than one project with their 20 million naira. 18 communities embarked upon the construction or renovation of town halls and civic centers.
Obiano' did a lot. I feel Obiano' as somebody told the community was like I develop the community for this project as the biggest project in so far if Togwa. You see, because as of now, if you meet any emergency or any meeting concerning youth or town union or council of elders, you used to sit here.
2 police stations were renovated in Inoma and Enugu to Aguleri. 8 communities chose to build examination halls, science laboratories, staff rooms and classroom blocks, and a mini corpers lodge. A total of 8 communities also built open market stores and lock-up shops with modern toilet facilities and water boreholes. Some communities opted for water boreholes and reticulated the piping through the towns. Five communities upgraded their healthcare facilities. Ndiokuzu rebuilt and upgraded their maternity center and built a new living quarters for the resident doctor and nurse.
I thank Okus people who utilize their 20 million naira project by Obiano'S administration in this health center, because before it's not an easy. This is a mud house, but they renovated it in a standard that we all appreciate. And even everybody, our clients, as they come in, they say, hey, this is a new place. I'll be pregnant today, I will come here and deliver. They all like it.
Some rural electrification projects embarked upon and streetlights were installed in various communities. Omonankwo, being by the riverside, built retaining walls with total length of about 60 meters. Among other projects, Olumbanasa took delivery of a new engine boat, while Unando's desire for a new pontoon was actualized. Now, crossing the river is much more convenient and safe.
To be very, very sincere, we have seen the light through this very pontoon, because all along we had been water cut off because of what inaccessibility of road. Until we did all we could to put this road, but there was no pontoon to cross over. But when this project was announced, we were very happy to use our own to provide this pontoon. So the government that have done this, I am very, very happy, and the community is very happy. Everybody is rejoicing together with, in short, we are very, very we appreciate what the governor is doing.
By 2017, most of the communities have finished or were at the verge of completing their various projects. Governor Obiano flagged off the second phase of the initiative, making available another tranche of 20 million naira each to the communities.
Anambra State has gone into the second phase of this project. So we now call it 40 million naira community project, because the first phase is completed and 100 communities have already been approved for the second phase. So we are not bringing people external to the community. It means that the contractor is from there, will buy goods from there, and by the time you take the multiplier effect of money into account, you find out that by the time you finish with 40 million, it would have multiplied to 200 million in terms of the impact, economic impact it will have in that community.
There are about 62 registered markets in Anambra, and in his usual manner of running an inclusive government, Governor Obiano doled out the sum of 10 million naira for each market association to embark on any project of their choice. Some of the market associations chose a market secretariat with halls, offices and toilets, while others bought transformers and generating sets.
Because this thing is actually geared towards making people feel the impact of government in whatever sector they are. There are 62 markets in Anambra State. So His Excellency, given the success of the project in communities, said these markets need things. And we went round again. We let the markets choose what they wanted to do. And I believe close to 30 have now finished or near to finishing. So it's working very, very well. It's all about the structuring. The government has the money. As soon as you finish, you come and collect your money. Or if you need it as you go along, we do it according to your capacity and your needs.
Some markets embarked upon concrete roads and landscaping, drainages, and installed boreholes. The Obiano-led administration also embarked upon special projects in some selected schools. The Anambra State Polytechnic Mbakwu and Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Ibariam are currently constructing health centers. Governor Obiano has further promised that with the increase in IGR, his government will increase the funds for the Choose Your Project initiative to 50 million naira to enable the communities embark on more substantial projects.
As we go along, there's some thinking that this could be a permanent feature of governance because, first of all, it helps to touch lives at the grassroots level. And these structures are there. Nobody will take them away. They will be there for the next 100, 200 years. So if we continue to do this every year, I can tell you that there's nothing that is better suited to develop the towns and the communities. It's a wonderful idea.
By all indications, Governor Willie Obiano has laid a solid foundation for growth and development in Anambra State. And by the end of his deserved 8-year tenure, each community in the state should have built at least 6 projects in their localities. Projects chosen by the people, built by the people, and owned by the people. And this will not include the major interventions by Governor Obiano in the areas of agriculture, health, roads, and education, among others. Surely, this is taking development to the grassroots. Willie is surely working.
Naira 1 year, Kokoroko, up, ga. Thank you, everybody.